Hi everyone. Well, today I want to tell you about my faith journey so far in the Catholic Church and how I got there. So I'm going to tell you my Alpha story. Alpha is a program at the church that they started a couple years ago to invite people to come in, and you have fine food and fellowship and watch a video and have some discussion on the video and learn more about your faith and God and draw closer to God. You know, not necessarily to recruit you to the Catholic Church or force you to convert, like my wife originally thought. And for those that do know me, growing some hair back, and I decided it was time. If you see me looking, I always kind of look off to the side. I'm not one for making direct eye contact sometimes. And I do got my crucifix on. See? Crucifix. And what you saw was part of my Star Wars shirt. But anyways, that was about 11 years ago, now a little more, when I belonged to another church locally. Had something happen to me, and it made me very angry, and I got angry with that church and organized religion in general, plus the pastor of the church and so forth, and angry at God. So I started to turn into the occult a little bit. Started reading books on ghosts and spirits and stuff, since I can hear and feel the presence of ghosts, but I cannot talk to them or see them. And I read the Satanic Bible and stuff on the occult. I turned my back to God is what I did. Well, because of it, my wife and I separated, and we were living apart for a year and a half, and well, I thought I could do things my way, but well, that did not work. So let's fast forward now to January of last year, 2019. It was the first Tuesday after the first of the year, and I was having my Linda come in for dinner because I was cooking her supper, since she wasn't cooking on her own anymore. And she came this Tuesday night, and when she came in, she left an Alpha invitation card on my dining room table. Well, I was looking at it, and I'm like, what's this? What is this? I don't understand. I laid it back down. It said, "Hi, welcome to Alpha," or whatever, Holy Family Church. We invite you to come to Alpha, blah, 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 blah. This is the nights we're having it, blah, blah. And I just kind of went, well, whatever. Where'd you get this? Well, I'm going to tell you where I got it, she said. Well, she works with a dear friend and now my sponsor, who goes to Holy Family Church, and Steve told her that, hey, why don't you come try this program out? It's called Alpha. You learn about God, you learn about your faith, you learn a little bit about yourself, you have some fine food and fellowship, and you watch a video and have some discussion on it. Well, Linda said it sounded interesting, but she was afraid that, I don't want to be forced to convert into the Catholic Church. Steve assured her, no, it's not going to happen. We're not here to convert you. We're just here to help you on your faith journey. That's what Alpha is about. Well, she said it sounded interesting, so she talked to me about it, and he said, yeah, bring Ken along. Yeah. So that's where the Alpha invitation card had come from. And her and Steve usually talk in the mornings. Linda works night shift. Steve comes in during the day. he has a position there that he has to work day shift, and she took night shift. Anyways, off track. So she told me, she said, when I talked to him this morning, I told him it sounded interesting, and I told him we probably would go. Okay, wow, whoa, time. We who? We what? We who? Whoa, who? We. And she said, us we. That is who. So no more was said about it, except for when she went to leave for work. She said, now you got 3 weeks to think about going to that Alpha. So, for 3 weeks I thought about it. Came another Tuesday night, the one before this session was to start, excuse me. And she asked me if I was going to go, and then before I could answer, she goes, I was talking to Steve this morning. I told him we would go. Okay, yes, we shall go. So the following Tuesday night, we went. Well, that was the first time I'd ever been in that church, and I only lived on the next block up from it. I could look out and see it from my front porch, or my one side window, or my back porch. And I never was in it though. But we walked down the handicap ramp into the fellowship hall that night, and as soon as I set foot inside the church, I heard this booming voice in my ears, or I should say fellowship hall, this booming voice in my ears saying, welcome home, my son. Welcome home. You're in my house again. This is where you belong. Welcome home. Well, I just kind of stood there, and I'm like, oh, okay. And I turned, Linda was behind me, and I said, you hear? And she goes, no, I didn't hear anything. So I went on into the Alpha session, not saying anything to anybody because of, didn't want them to think I'm on some sort of, whoa, nut job. So anyways, I did not recognize God's voice, and that's who was talking to me. Did the Alpha session, and on the way home, walking back to my apartment, which was about a whole 30 feet from the church, Linda asked me, what do you think? Did you like it? Do you think you'll go back? What do you think of it? And I said, yeah, I liked it. It was fine. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll go back for another go around. So, I did. The following Tuesday, I went back on my own. Now, Linda could not go because she had to work that night because of her rotating work schedule at the time. But I went, and that night after getting back to my apartment, I walked in and I had this little bench by the front door to sit down and put shoes and stuff on. And I sat on that bench and cried, telling God how sorry I was for what I did to him, and could he ever forgive me. And this time, hearing his voice and knowing it was him, I heard, all is forgiven, my son. You have been forgiven. And I said, Lord, what do I need to do? You know what to do. You know what to do. It's going to be some hard work, but you know. Well, I had no clue. I didn't know. So anyways, it came that Saturday, and it was a little Mardi Gras festival, and my wife and I were invited, and we walked in, and as soon as we did to the fellowship hall, into the fellowship hall, I should say, why, I saw some of my Alpha table mates, and I walked right up to them and said, hey, guess what? I'm converting into the Catholic Church. Hey, what? Who's saying that? God, are you? And he just told me, Told ya, you know what to do. Didn't have to gib smack you on the back of the head. Haha. Anyways, so now fast forward. I am now finishing up being an RCIA candidate. I'm an RCIA elect now, waiting to get confirmed into full communion into the Catholic Church. I have really gotten back closer to God. I have enjoyed my faith journey. I've made so many wonderful new friends and made it such a wonderful new church family. All because of God giving my dear friend and sponsor Steve a mustard seed, an Alpha invitation card. Sorry. And he passed that Alpha card, that mustard seed, onto my beautiful Linda, and she planted and watered it at my dining room table. And this is what has grown from it. Alpha helped me to restore my faith and grow closer to God at any other time in my life. Amen. Thank you guys. God bless you all. Bye-bye.